Welcome to the Wanted Podcast, episode 4, an open discussion, sort of a follow-up to the previous episode. But yeah, so, we got a lot we can talk about. First, let's just get the first thing out of the way, Vegapunk. What's going on with that?
Dr. Vegapunk. I believe something like I believe the same thing that you believe when it with the Vegapunk being multiple systems of AI and not just one person.
Yeah, I'll explain that real quick for people that are listening to this. Essentially, Vegapunk is sort of a hive mind. There is one original Vegapunk, and that is the old man Vegapunk, but he has integrated his mind with cybernetics and spread it throughout multiple robotic bodies, which would allow him to have multiple labs. We know of 3, I'm pretty sure, right now, but there obviously has to be more, around the world, and it would make sense. Like, he obviously can't be everywhere at once, and he has robotic bodies that do it for him, and that this Vegapunk, this Dr. Vegapunk, whoever she is obviously just some type of robot because, on her uniform it says number 2, and then it obviously doesn't feel like this is a Vegapunk reveal because it's so, sudden. Then again, it could also be, his daughter, and, she could obviously still have the same name as him, but the number 2 on the uniform it screams like something else. But yeah, that's essentially it.
I believe that as well. I believe that Dr. Vegapunk is too old he became obviously too old to operate. So he developed and manufactured technology to become a hive mind, basically. His body is in a stasis chamber or something like that, and he's controlling these other people subconsciously with his mind, these other robots.
Yeah, and you could dismiss the thing with the multiple labs by saying, because obviously they're abandoned and he's not there, but that doesn't mean that he could just not be needing to discover anything. He's already got all the information, so he just has his things move on. I don't think they would need to be operated all the time. But again, it's just a theory, and I feel like that's the direction they're kind of going. I want to say that the clone thing can work, but I feel like my explanation of it is a little bit better, personally. It's yeah, he could have cloned himself, but why is there, a female? Obviously it's fiction, so he could have figured out a way to do it, but I feel like it doesn't make sense that he has a female clone of himself.
Since Dr. Vegapunk is being introduced into the story, is it safe to say that we are going to get more information on the Void Century this arc?
It's really just one conversation away when it comes to if this is really a Vegapunk that does know things. Or you could say that
he knows things.
He blocks off that information from the bodies of the robots so that nobody can access them. You could say that. It is a lie. Having a hive mind is still a liability if someone could get into that hardware inside of them.
I believe that we're not going to learn much about the Void Century, but we're going to learn much about the origins of devil fruits this arc.
Yes, I definitely think that,
because that is Vegapunk's specialty, and we need to know much because we're at the end of the story basically now.
At least understanding how the whole process of what was it? The powers of devil fruits being able to go into other things, at least
yes, and
objects and stuff like that. Cause he did that with, or was it Caesar? Or was it was it him and Caesar that did the thing where they gave the gas thing, the fruit?
He learned how to do that,
and he also learned how to put it into items as well. Stuff like that to give it zones. And obviously, he figured out how to make devil fruits with the smile fruits.
So, do you believe? I believe that in 1062, where this new Vegapunk quote unquote, is going to obviously save the Straw Hats. You know, she already she was ordered to save them because you know what she said. She said that she didn't save them. You know, she's just working under the world government. So she's gonna bring them back to land. And she's gonna give the Straw Hats probably a tour of wherever the hell they're manufacturing things, and they might have like a little confrontation, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like the whole thing with that is she goes, "Oh, I work for the government," and then I'm not actually saving you. But it's like that doesn't necessarily mean she's like gonna turn them into the Navy and stuff like that.
Yeah, obviously.
If you think about it, if they really wanted the Straw Hats dead, she really could have killed them right there.
And the thing is, Frankie, he already spent 2 years on this island. So there might be a bit of a maybe a love or hate feud between Dr. Vegapunk and Frankie. We still don't know much about it yet because Frankie he's not very direct what he thinks about Dr. Vegapunk, you know? It's just he's always talking about what Dr. Vegapunk is doing rather than the person himself.
It's just Dr. Vegapunk's accomplishments that he admires, but we still don't know if like ideologically he agrees with what Vegapunk does.
Exactly, and sometimes he disagrees with Vegapunk too. You know, that's why it's like I really want to know what is the dynamic between Vegapunk and Frankie, because that girl it's blatantly obvious that she's not Vegapunk. You know,
it really won't just be like, oh yeah, I'm Vegapunk. That's not the kind of reveal Oda would do.
Yeah, definitely not the reveal Oda would do. She's probably a fan servicey character, family, just for the guys, you know, just like Doll. We had Doll. We had fucking...
Yeah, there was no reason for that chick to show up in that chapter. There really was no reason to.
We had Vice Admiral Doll. We had fucking Jewelry Bonnie and her titties out. Now we have fucking... This shit was just fan servicey chapter. This shit was for the boys, you know? We came home from Wano. You know, we want to come home and watch some TV. That's for the boys, you know?
Yeah, it's just... that like we said, that whole chapter was just down bad. Really was, but yeah, I do want to see the dynamic with Frankie and Vegapunk, because I don't know if it was Tekking who said this or someone else, but it was interesting how Frankie was the first person to say something like "thank you for saving us." Frankie's usually someone who doesn't really get like the spotlight in a lot of scenes.
Yeah,
this is obviously going to be a Frankie centered arc because Vegapunk is his thing. But yeah. I'm really ready to see what the dynamic will be between the two. I've seen people saying that they want this Vegapunk chick to join the crew, which that's asking a little too much. But
no, yeah, it's asking a little bit too much.
And then, I've seen people saying Jewelry Bonnie to join the crew. I'm like, that's not gonna happen. If we're going off the established rule where if Luffy gives a character a nickname, they're not joining the crew, then yeah.
And plus, I mean, I feel like she's going to be the new Law. I feel like we're not going to see Law for a while now, and probably not until Endgame. She's going to be the new Law, where she sticks with the crew for about a couple arcs. You feel me? She's going to be basically a temporary crew member, just like Law was. Law has been with the crew since basically, I'd say Sabaody. You feel me? He's been there for Luffy since Sabaody. But realistically, he's been with the crew since Punk Hazard. Either meeting them at the same spot or like directly riding the ship with them. He's been there, and I feel like that's what I feel like that's what Jewelry Bonnie is going to. Her role is going to be with these couple arcs.
I mean, yeah. She's obviously there to serve as a way to move the plot in another direction that we haven't seen before, especially since it's implied she's from the Void Century. So it can kind of go either ways. I don't think she's going to tell them right away. I think I said this before, that she's not going to tell them right away what her whole deal is, why she's coming to this Vegapunk Island. I mean, we do have an idea. She went to see Kuma, and she saw that obviously it's not really like he could be saved from what happened to him, and Vegapunk is the one who did all the stuff on him, so she's obviously out for some kind of revenge on Vegapunk.
Yeah. Now, speaking Speaking of going into a direction we've never seen before, let's talk about the One Piece live action.
Yeah, that's like it's something I want to be excited for, but at the same time, it's like anime live actions they literally don't ever end well.
The thing is, I'm 50-50 with this. Normally with anime, I'd be like, oh fuck, it's gonna be shit. But some of the casting is spot on. I mean, Shanks, that is fucking Shanks. Like
That's
they
Shanks.
couldn't have gotten a better looking guy to be Shanks. Fucking Zoro, it looks alright.
Zoro's all
Could
right.
have been.
He looks kind of soft. I
He,
won't
he
lie.
he looks soft. That's the thing. He kind of looks soft, but that's basically all Asians. You can't really find like a damn no racist shit, but you can't really find a damn aggressive looking Asian. Like it's hard, bro. So I mean, he looks alright. He looks apart, and I love him. I love what they picked for him because he's played Roni. He's played the live action Roni Kenshin. He's played what's it called, Edward Elric in the new live action Full Metal Alchemist, which looks amazing, by the way. So I have high hopes for Zoro. Emily, she looks pretty much like Nami. All they need to do is give her a good looking wig. Usopp, he's good. Just don't give him dreads.
Usopp
Um,
looks more like Yasop, if
Yeah,
anything.
he looks well. That's because of the dreads. They're obviously probably gonna
Yeah.
give him a wig or something. And Sanji, I hope to God they give him a wig that covers his left eye because if they get some, bro, if they have him with a high top fade, bro, I'm gonna be so damn pissed off.
Yeah, they will. I
Ah,
think because it's being run by fans, but at the same time, you really hope it's the good One Piece fans and not the ones that we try to avoid.
oh well, look at Mihawk, bro.
Oh,
Mihawk and
Mihawk's
Shanks.
casting, bro. Mihawk, Shanks, Garp, bro. They're all Zeph, bro. Zeph is honestly like the most accurate. That dude
Oh,
looks
that
just like how he would
and
look.
Garp look, yo, they say they picked, see the thing, and Buggy, the thing about this is they picked the right ones for the right people. Now Kobe,
Kobe, yeah.
I ain't gonna say nothing, right? But we all know, you all know what we're
We all
thinking.
know. We all know Yeah, that's not Kobe, bro. And we'll just say this: Kobe that's not what Kobe would look like at how he looks at the beginning of the
Let's
series.
just say this, that's not Kobe, bro.
That ain't Kobe, bro. That's
That
not
ain't
Kobe.
Kobe. You could have picked a fucking infant, a toddler, and put pink hair on him, and it would have been a better Kobe.
Yeah, no, that's just not Kobe.
Do you know
Uh,
we have? Do you know we have casting for the background Marines?
seriously?
Bro, it's just some white guy named Richard White for the background Marines. That's fucking crazy. It would be funny if they like all are the same person. Now, Yasop actually has casting, and he looks the
They've shown that?
yeah.
Let me see. I feel like
Well,
they haven't shown
it
enough,
says
like
unconfirmed. It says unconfirmed.
unconfirmed yet. They haven't
Now,
confirmed Shanks' crew yet, which I would love to see who would play Ben Beckman.
they,
It's gotta be
they
some like big dude. And
you
not
know
big,
damn
but
well,
like
yeah, you know
Jack.
damn well they're gonna get some good guy looking for Ben Beckman. But Arlong.
I was literally about to say that Arlong. I just look.
Arlong.
It's, obviously, they're gonna do some special effects and like makeup and costume, but I mean, actually, I don't know. Is this guy like actually like a big dude?
You
Let's
know
see.
damn well why they picked fucking McClinney Belcher, the black guy, as Arlong. We know why.
They're
Fishman.
just Fishman. Yeah.
Fishman.
I mean, to be fair, you can't tell me that like Jinbei isn't a black dude in real life.
Bro, Jinbei's black, bro. You cannot say like you can't say that he isn't because he is.
I mean, okay, my problem with the Arlong casting is this dude is like he's very slim. Like I know they're gonna get a costume, but Arlong is supposed to be like a big menacing dude.
Well, they have obviously they're gonna have they're gonna get this because that's what I was watching. I was reading into it. They're going to get the sizes correct for the characters too. Make their proportions look good though. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna be no CG shit. Like they're gonna make him look taller, like probably 7 foot, and that's great. I want that to happen. It's just I hope he does great. You feel me? Maybe add a Jamaican accent, probably. For the culture. Maybe add a Jamaican accent to
Yeah.
Arlong, because they're gonna Netflixify.
Fishman accents are Jamaican?
I mean, hey, they're from the sea, bro. You feel me? Under the sea.
I guess I could see that, yeah.
But fucking Nami's sister.
Oh, yeah. Okay, look. Her skin is darker in
but
the
she's
anime,
not black.
but yeah, like I think she's a little too. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but like she's not that dark. She has like, if anything, I remember her skin looking like kind of like grayish for some reason. Maybe I'm wrong.
She's just tan. But I get it. We gotta get some representation for the culture. You feel me? And there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I guess I can kind of see it. She's kind of dark, but not.
They better give her blue hair though. I know that for a fact.
I really hope they do the hairs right. I mean, because, to be fair, you can't have red hair Shanks and he doesn't have red hair.
Yeah, I mean, they could obviously dumb that down to being a redhead, but Zoro. I mean, Sanji calls him Moss Head in basically the first couple of episodes. So how is he going to be called Moss Head without the green hair? What I think they're gonna do is they're probably gonna have it like darker green, but any green would do good for me. Just as long as at least his hair is green.
With that, this kind of falls into the category of something I heard and I was reading into, and it was like at the One Piece live action, they said they're not aiming to be 1-to-1 with the anime, and that's a little bit scary, but I can understand it in terms of like storytelling. Like you obviously can't tell it like a cartoon, like an anime. Like I definitely think they're probably going for a more serious tone, but what I hope that doesn't mean is that they're gonna take their own quote creative liberties on this.
Well, they're gonna Netflixify the hell out of this, and I hope that it's not gonna like with Kobe, like you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The creative liberties. We don't want that for Kobe, bro. Unless it's confirmed in the anime, for example. Like if it's confirmed that Kobe goes that way, sure, I am down for it. But please don't Netflixify it.
Yeah,
because they've done with L from Death Note. We don't talk about L.
Bro, that L in Death Note live action, bro. God damn, they could not have fucked it up in any other way.
Dude, I was so excited because I was looking at the cover art for it. I was like, "Who the hell is this black guy?" And I did not think that was L, but I thought they was gonna wait for like a reveal.
Bro was dressed like a ninja the whole movie. Like he had the mask. I was like, bro,
he looked
not
like
L. This is not
L. Like your typical Alan. You look like your typical Alan Walker fan in high school.
That movie was just like, I actually sat down and watched the whole thing when it came out.
Dude,
it was one of those movies where you watch to make fun of it, and it's just like a fun movie to like laugh at because of how dumb it looks. But when you actually look at it as a Death Note movie, it's so bad.
The only good thing they got about that movie was Ryuk.
Oh yeah, he looked badass in that movie.
He looked scary as fuck, which he should. But the thing is, why the hell do you get that right and have L be a chubby fuck? And then you have fucking you have L to be a chubby fuck, and you have Light to be some damn weirdo. Like it just doesn't make sense, bro.
Light is supposed to be like this very thin, tall dude, and just like he's kind of like it's canonical that he's like super attractive or whatever. Like he's just like this white dude. Obviously he's
that
Asian,
guy does not look ounce of
he didn't look anything like Light.
Didn't he have frosted tips?
He had like blonde strands. He didn't have frosted tips. He had like blonde strands in his hair. And it's like that's supposed to be Light's hair, but I'm like, I really hate when anime live actions do that. We're like, we're not gonna give them their hair color. We're just gonna like dye their hair at some points. Kind of like the Dragon Ball Evolution. Bulma. One strand of blue hair. Like,
dude, that movie is a definition of American. Just American. I bet you the people of the creators of Dragon Ball is like, on the verge of hanging themselves. And how bad that shit was. But let's not talk about this anymore. This is giving me a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the fucking topic. Doflamingo. When do you think he's going to return?
I definitely think he's coming back potentially for the Cross Guild. I think he's going to have something to do with that.
Oh yes. Well,
obviously, a lot of the big warlords and stuff like that are coming back together. Like, all right, let's go after the Navy now.
Yes, but the thing is, he's trapped in Mary Joie. How are they gonna? Well, are they? Is he an Impel Down or is he?
I think he's an Impel Down.
Okay.
At least his cell looks like he's an Impel Down. I'm pretty sure they said.
Well, fucking Mihawk and Crocodile should be enough to get down there and Impel Down. I mean, Blackbeard himself, by himself. Was it with or without the? It was without the Guruguru no Mi. He went down to the 6th level, and he got everybody down there. So it's like, Mihawk could walk in there and just break someone out.
Yeah, I feel like either. I mean, you know, someone is gonna have to come get him because he's stuck in sea stone shackles. But I think he definitely knows he's gonna get out. He is way too positive about being stuck there.
The thing is, though, he knows too much, and when he gets out,
big liability to the world government.
Yeah, because he was an ex-Celestial Dragon. He's seen what there is. He's seen, and he probably knows about him. That's the thing. So, what's it called? He knows too much. He knows way too much, and that's a problem for the world government. That's why they put him down there.
Doflamingo is definitely endgame. Like, okay, what I think is gonna happen, I guess, is kind of cliche, but like, I feel like Luffy's gonna have to go up against all his old enemies, like before he really becomes the Pirate King. He's gonna have to face them all, at least in some way. I could see maybe where it gets to the point where the world government is just so like it's just gonna be like world government's gonna like put their foot down and like go after everybody, and it would be crazy if all the pirates have to team up against the world government. But I still think it's definitely gonna be Luffy's gonna have to fight all these old enemy pirates still.
Garp is going to betray the world government.
100%. Why do
I say that? His family got into it with the world government. He was about to lose his shit and betray him. Ace versus Akainu. Even after Ace died by Akainu, when Akainu went after Luffy, he was still gonna go after them. Now, if you put Sabo into the mix, you know, does Garp even know Sabo is alive?
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. We don't really know, like, if Marines are aware of the world government.
Well,
like,
actually,
obviously, like, high-level Marines probably know, but I feel like obviously not all of them would know about all the other stuff. But I mean, I don't know. He could know, but chances are that Sabo's death probably hasn't even been documented. If he is dead, and like, let's say they think he's dead, even still, I don't feel like they would have documented it.
Yeah, Sabo isn't dead, but I do believe he is not gravely, but severely injured. Yeah, that would be good because he was probably at very close proximity to that country, and you know, you don't just destroy a country. Is not like a small island where if you blow it up, you know, if you're in the vicinity, you're not gonna really be that hurt. Just think of a nuke. Just think of a nuke and how it affects the city around it. You know, not just the blast zone gets affected. It's a wide variety. Now, if you destroyed a whole country, you feel me? That he got blown away somewhere. Like his ship is not intact. Like that thing is gone. Sabo is probably.
I know people are saying that, like, oh, he's a Logia, he's not going to take any damage. And my counter to that is we don't know how the ancient weapons work and how they can affect. Like, we don't know if they can take out Logias. So, he's going to be injured, but he's definitely still alive. It's just
Yeah,
people saying that Logia is protecting him. I don't think so.
they're gonna find him. The world government, or not world government,
Revolutionaries.
the world government can find him. This could be the Sabo retrieval arc, but somebody's gonna find them of like another pirate crew, somebody that's allied with Luffy. It's either somebody that's allied
Oh
with
shit,
Luffy.
Bartolomeo. Because isn't he like going around to a lot of places right now?
Yeah, see, it's either somebody that's allied with Luffy, the world government, or the Marines are gonna find him, and it could go either two ways. You feel me? So the good way where um the allies find him and it's good, and the bad way where you feel me, the enemies find him and we have to retrieve him back because he knows too much. And that'll be great because it'll lead Luffy straight to Eam.
Yep. I mean, I feel like Luffy's reuniting with Sabo. Yeah, it probably will be towards like the Eam fight, because obviously Eam is directly related to Sabo now. Because if Eam blew up Lelouch and Sabo isn't dead, that's a big problem for the world government. He
And
witnessed it.
this is great because this is how we are going to fight Five Elders.
Oh shit! Yeah, I can't. I cannot wait for that because they're obviously hyping them up to be these super strong dudes, and I mean they might not be, but they give the old man strength vibes.
Every anime, bro, fucking Hunter x Hunter, old ass man, one of the strongest guys. Bang from One Punch Man, old as fuck. He's stronger than his prime. Fucking Master Roshi, big ass. He can fucking destroy moons and shit. In Dragon Ball, it's just every anime. The old man trope. Old men always have their power. Hell, even Whitebeard was destroying continents easily, shifting tectonic plates easily. Not even 100% of his power. So yeah, those guys must have some either crazy devil fruits or they just must be. I want them to be hockey masters though.
I mean, I could see them being just hockey masters. That would be very interesting.
I want them to be hockey, exclusive hockey, like some new shit. We've seen how hockey is transitioning into this new kind of combat format, and yeah, we need to see them fight.
Speaking of hockey, are Straw Hats getting any kind of hockey upgrade? Like any of our is Nami for one of them, Chopper, Usopp, is he gonna get more observation hockey moments?
Usopp needs damn observation and he needs fucking ornament. They're doing Usopp so dirty and he's refusing to give him anything for some reason.
If Usopp could do what Ben Beckman does and make projectile with hockey infused, he'd be unstoppable. He would literally be one of the best on the crew, and he already is pretty strong. Like, if you think about it, you can see him as a weak Straw Hat crewmate compared to, like, other people. He's, like, soloing all of them.
The thing is, you would have to, his projectiles wouldn't have to be faster than light. Nope. I mean, the high tiers in the character, like, even, like, some of the low tiers, they have faster than light reaction speed and attack speed. So it would have to be going that fast.
I would really like to see Chopper have armament hockey in his forms. I feel like that would be pretty interesting. I don't know how it works, or if, like, since he's a reindeer, but I really don't know how that would work. But I would really like to see him in his, like, brawler form he used to always be in, just with armament. That'd be crazy. It's like, I know it's like a gag that his bounty is low, but I really want to see it go up. Like,
oh yeah. Well, the thing is, this arc is what can either transition us into a time skip. Now, why do I say that? I want this arc to be a learning arc, a training arc. Because, I mean, Luffy is good. He's good for his endgame stuff. We've seen how Luffy can upgrade during fights and all that. And Zoro and Sanji. but the rest of the crew, except for Jinbei, those people need their training. They need their hockey. And this could be great because Jinbei's on the crew now and Jinbei can teach them.
Yeah, I feel like even though you can argue Luffy is ready to fight Blackbeard, I don't think it needs to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, Luffy's definitely ready, but it doesn't need to happen anytime soon right now.
I know people are kind of iffy on another time skip. They're like, why do we need another time skip? But I could see it being like how Shanks was parked at the first island, Luffy's home island, and
exactly for like 2 years.
Like Shanks was already he was like in his 20s, no, when he went there.
Yeah, he wasn't even in his prime, really. Well, he kind of
still parked there, like, so he was there for a reason. I know it was kind of like to like kind of rest before he really like went out, because he'd already been around the world technically on Roger's crew.
But he wasn't a young time.
Nope, not yet.
This is exactly why the crew needs hockey, man. I'm sorry. Like any kind, bro. Usopp has observation already. He needs ornament, obviously. Robin, she probably has ornament hockey. People like to deny it, but I mean, it would make sense why she was able to hurt her. I mean, what the hell? How would she turn her skin black and all this, that?
Yeah, I remember when that happened. People were like, "Oh, that's just how her transformation looks. It's supposed to be like a demon. Like, it's not actually hockey." But like, if you look at the panel, it still had that like kind of shiny look to it. Like, it usually does. So you can argue that it's not, but the only canon explanation for skin turning black in One Piece is hockey.
It's hockey. There's no other thing. Unless she had an awakening, there's no other hockey, man. I'm sorry, man. There's no other explanation for it unless she had an awakening. And I mean, fucking Chopper. I mean, he's good. He doesn't really do it. He usually does good in his arms.
Yeah, so do you think that Chopper's monster mode is the awakening, or is it just a form he has? Because, like, if it isn't, I would really like to see what his Hito Nomi's awakening is. Because if Luffy's is he does have the mythical zone, so of course his awakening is better. But that does, like, Chopper could have a really good one, and we don't know if his monster mode is an awakening or not.
Yeah, I believe he already awakened this route, but
the thing is that was with the Rumble Ball, though.
Yeah, that's with the Rumble Balls. Now, is Chopper deserving of an awakening? No, not at all.
Yeah,
he doesn't push his fruit to max capacity. But one person out there, I believe, deserves an awakening of some sort. It's Nami.
Yeah,
and it's not with her power, but it's with her intellect and her and how she uses Zeus. Because if she uses Zeus like Big Mom, that alone would push her up exponentially.
Yeah, she literally just has Big Mom's power by her side whenever she wants to use it.
Yeah, doesn't she have Prometheus now? Both of them, Prometheus and Zeus.
I think it might still just be Zeus. We haven't even seen Zeus, have we? Like, since they left.
Doesn't she keep him in her staff?
Oh yeah, that's right. But like, even still, but that's also proof that Big Mom isn't dead at the same time. That's good to know. But like, damn, she really is one of the strongest if she would utilize it correctly.
Yeah.
Now we have so Luffy's dream. S is something that there's a reason Oda still hasn't shown us what it is. Because now we're at the point where he's revealed it to his own crew, which took a long ass time to happen. And it's just it could really be anything. Like there's things that you can, kind of narrow it down to. Like Luffy wants to throw one big party with everybody there, But
Mhm.
I think before, when we said this, and like a lot of people were saying this, is when he destroys the red line, making the ocean one piece. I don't think that's what it was, since he made, like I said, he made his dream when he was a really young kid. So I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
that's very hard to do because we know Oda, and he can go beyond our expectations. Look at Gear Fifth. Gear Fifth is nothing that we thought it would be at all. Nobody in the history of One Piece would have said, "Oh yeah, Gear Fifth is it's going to be some kind of Toon Force. It's going to be." No, nobody believed
Oh,
that
you
at
remember
all.
when everyone would do the fan art Gear 5 like years ago, and
It's a
it was
Black
like
Luffy.
Luffy with full body armament hockey, and he's got like some glowing red lines. Like his hair
Yeah,
is
but
up like a
that was
Super Saiyan. I won't
that was
lie,
the dumbest
it looked
answer
cool,
I've
but
ever
like it
seen.
wasn't realistic for One Piece. That it looked like a basic shonen transformation.
Black Luffy, bro. I used to call that Black Luffy, bro. Luffy Negro.
Yeah, like Gear 5, like when Gear 5 was revealed, I can't believe people actually like hated it. I was like, are you serious? Like this is perfect. Like
This
it's
exceeded.
classic One Piece. Like it exceeded everyone's expectations, but people like swore that they hated that Luffy had Toon Force. Now I'm like, it fits him perfectly. And then there's people trying to say that this wasn't foreshadowed at all. Like seriously. And I mean, it is the Sky Pia skippers, but it's just like, bro, like,
Bro, Luffy. Luffy, bro, the full body armor hockey, bro. Everybody thought that would be Gear Fifth, bro. Like, bro, that's not even how his body looks, bro. Bro is muscular and buff.
yeah, they drew him like super, like a lot of muscle mass. That's just like, that's not Luffy. Like I know that he had, Gear 4 and he had Bounce Man, but that's because he blew air into his muscles. But like
Bro just looks like a Super Saiyan, bro.
he literally just looks like a Super Saiyan in that form. It's just like a basic shonen, like I said.
Basic shonen. Yo, literally looks like a basic shonen upgrade.
Dude, like I look at all the fan art. Like now, if you look up fan art now, it's gonna show people drawing current Gear 5. But like if you looked it back up like a year ago, it was all the same shit. Everyone swore he was gonna have full body armament, and then he was gonna have Saiyan looking hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy how far we've come, honestly, if you really think about it.
My favorites was the Tiger Man.
Oh yeah, that shit was cool.
This one right here in the center, the one on the left, not the one on the right. That one looks retarded. But the one on the left, that looks something like Luffy would do, like for a new Gear 4th form. Now Gear 5th, I don't know, not at all. But for Gear 4th, if you wanted to have a Gear 4th food, Tiger Man. The one on the left looks crazy. Looks like something Luffy would do.
What was the explanation for that? Like it had that had something to do with the sun, like the tiger or something.
Tigers are
Or the enemy to dragons, right?
That would make sense. It would make sense. That was either one of those would have made sense.
I remember I think we were talking to Sue when we were talking about that, like how Luffy's gonna finish off Kaido, and like, oh, it's gonna be like a Tiger Man or some Lion Man type shit.
Hmm.
That was back like 2 years ago, though. Like we had no clue what was gonna happen.
No clue. But hell, man.
Come a long
Very
way. Yeah, that fan art was crazy when people were first talking about it. Even when he was first having his transformation teased at the end of, I think it was 1043, with Joy Boyer's return. Some of the fan art for that was actually really cool, like the monkey Luffy.
Oh yeah. My favorite one was the one with the dreads.
Yeah, I think it was the monkey god one, something like that. That shit looked cool, but it just didn't feel like One Piece. Like it looked cool, but it just didn't seem like something Oda would do. And then the whole coloring issue when Gear 5 first dropped. Like, we didn't know what his outfit looked like. I hated that for so long because I just like I wanted to have a Gear 5 shirt. I think I told you I want to have a Gear 5 like shirt or like a hoodie. Like I didn't want to get some fake ass color scheme.
Yeah, but it's all great now, man. You feel me? We're good.
Yeah, we really made it to that point where Gear 5 is just it's here. It's crazy.
All right, now this is the last topic.
Let's do this.
Dragon's origin.
Yeah.
How do you think Luffy's mom died? Luffy's mom is dead. It's a given.
Yeah, Luffy's mom is dead. She was most likely killed by the world government, or the Celestial Dragons.
Yeah.
Now, something I did see was that Monkey D. Dragon isn't Monkey. He has a different last name, and people were saying that he took on Luffy's mother's name. She was, Monkey D, whatever her name was, or maybe not. She might not have been a D, but he took on her name to honor her death.
Yes, because Dragon looks literally nothing like Luffy at all. Like, at all. I mean, you could argue, it's because Shonen Dad. But if you erase fucking Roger's mustache, he looks just like Ace. And if you give Ace a mustache, he looks just like Roger.
I mean,
well, Roger and his
Luffy kind of looks like Dragon. I mean, he has the hair and then stuff like that. The thing is that Dragon doesn't really look like Garp. Garp looks Monkey Garp.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Garp, you could argue because all of a sudden, serious looking, but Luffy looks like a cartoon character compared to them. Dragon naturally has and always had a more of a stern face, and that's why I'm saying Luffy gets more of his looks probably from his mom, which would make sense because most of the girls in One Piece have those kind of eyes.
And I mean, it also makes sense for his mom to be the reason why Dragon is a revolutionary, because he became he started the Revolutionary Army to get back at the world government, and that's why he's the most wanted man. I mean, like, you can say that, like, why doesn't Luffy know about this? But, like, obviously he left him with Garp so that he wouldn't have to deal with any of the repercussions of being with him. Like, he didn't want his life to be risked by being with them.
I'm gonna tell you my theory before I have to go. Luffy. So Dragon and Luffy's mom fell in love, and Luffy's mom was a Celestial Dragon, and Celestial Dragons can only marry to other Celestial Dragons, I'm pretty sure, or it's another rule where they can't marry down because they're at a higher up. And they found out about it and they executed her immediately. That was after Luffy was born. And now Dragon realized how corrupt the government was, and he went off to the side and transformed the world into the Revolutionary Army.
Yeah.
Go up against the world government. Notice how it's not the Marines. It's the world government that he's going up against. The higher-ups. Not the admirals, not the Marines, the world government. The people like the Gorosei, the people like the Celestial Dragons, the people like Mary Joie. That's who he has. That's who he hates. He doesn't hate the Marines. He hates the people that are higher up, that are giving them orders. Yeah, that's just my little take on it, which would make sense on why Luffy's mom has been absent.
Yeah, I know that Oda said that she doesn't matter to the plot, but she easily just could have been saying that at the time,
Exactly, and realistically, she doesn't really matter to the plot. She's dead.
Yeah, like, she probably doesn't have any, like, the only effect she has is starting the Revolutionary Army, but, like, she's dead, so she doesn't have any weight on the story currently. Like, obviously, we're feeling the effects of it, but herself, no, she doesn't have any weight on the story. But, and people will kind of get on to, like, there's no way Oda planned out this whole story and knew it. Like, no, he had an outline for it. He doesn't know how every arc was going to go exactly when he started writing. So things obviously can change. It's the fact that he just knows how the story needs to be. So move forward. Like we've seen Dragon since Logtown.
Yeah.
So he obviously is important. All right, thank you for watching the Wanted Podcast episode 4. We will see you hopefully sometime within the next week.